like right at sunrise right now, basically
All
two
right,
minutes before
folks.
sunrise. This is going to fly up into the
This is
sun.
it.
Our tracking cameras and our tracking assets are incredible. So we're going to
So, we are about to watch SpaceX IFT-5. It's their fifth orbital attempt for Starship. I've apparently missed the whole thing. Like, I've miscalculated the time because I live in Pacific time zone right now, and their 7 a.m. kind of window starting time is not Pacific time. It's supposed to be like 3 hours early or something. So, oh my gosh, I woke up at 6 something, and then I logged onto YouTube, open up, Everyday Astronauts stream, and realized it already ended. A 4 hour stream. Dude, you don't miss a Starship flight, man. I've never missed a Starship flight, probably in my life. This is the first time. I mean, it's an insane launch window. 3 hours before, that was. It started about at 4 a.m. Like, who wakes up at 4 a.m.? I mean, apparently, you're supposed to if you're a Rocket fan, but come on, I miscalculated. Gosh, I would have been awake at 4 a.m. had I calculated the time correctly. I would have woken up, but, well, we're here. So, we're just gonna watch back. Let's full screen this thing. Turn it up.
phenomenal morning for a rocket
I
launch.
have not
And
watched this thing.
we just hope, again, the
We're
catch
just gonna
attempt,
get our
even if it
first
launches,
literal live
we won't
reaction.
know if the catch attempt is go until we hear confirmation from the flight director on stream that the
Yeah, I
catch
think I'll up
attempt
the
is
compressor a little
go.
bit.
We will try, based on
All
how
right, there
our
we go.
feeds go, we'll likely try to provide
How's the
our own tracking
stream
assets during
sounding?
ascent. And we will also keep the
How's the
X
stream
streams up
sounding?
so you can keep up to
Yeah?
date. They will be out of sync because there's a delay between X
It's too quiet. It's so
and
quiet.
our cameras, and then
You know
obviously
what?
those
I'll
all
up the
getting
gain
to
here.
you. So if you
On the
are
810.
currently in
Oh, it actually
person,
works.
don't
Actually
rely,
works.
like
That's
if you're
neat.
on South Padre and right
All right.
at the bottom part of our screen right now, down there at Isla Blanca Park
There we
or
go.
somewhere else watching, don't forget there's a
Okay.
massive delay, especially on our feed to you. It's about 30 to 40 seconds. Well, probably 20 to 30. And then
What if I turn
the
off the
X
overlay?
feed that we bring in, the SpaceX feed, will be also out of sync from that as well. So just get ready, just be prepared for that our clocks won't line up, and there will be some syncing issues. But this is the only way to be able to do. This is just kind of part of the live streaming fun. We will probably have our cameras on the rocket. So you'll see liftoff happen here before you hear about
You know
it from
what? I'll just
SpaceX, probably about T minus 10
disable the
seconds.
overlay to save
Just a little
space.
heads up. So
I'm literally move this thing
again, thank you. I will try to get to as many of your questions as possible. And I just
downwards.
want to thank you all so much for watching and tuning in and witnessing history together. But let's
right.
bring that SpaceX feed back on
zoom
now that
in.
we're T minus 7 minutes.
The basis for all of SpaceX's major innovative
All right, let's go.
advancements, including Falcon, Dragon,
7
and
minutes.
Starlink. Today, we're testing hardware and systems, and we need to know how they perform under the most extreme conditions. We'd much rather find the bugs now during testing than later on when there's more on the line. And to reiterate, while we do determine an acceptable level of technical risk on our vehicle and pad in order to learn as fast as possible, we accept no compromises when it comes to the safety of the public or our team. So that is to say, this is only the fifth of many future flight tests of Starship before it becomes fully operational.
You might remember the Starlink panels that are incorporated into Starship, and you can see them there on your screen, those rectangular panels on Starship's nose cone. Starlink brings us the epic views in space and on re-entry, and also helps deliver us the critical flight data engineers need to continue development. In addition to enabling our rapid iteration on Starship, Starlink is also enabling life-saving communication here on Earth. SpaceX is sending tens of thousands of Starlink
Look at
kits
those.
in response to
Those are the
hurricanes Helene
Starlink
and
dishes,
Milton,
probably.
and providing free service
look
through
like,
the
I don't
end of
know.
the year to support recovery
Those are
efforts.
round.
The Starlink
That's
team
cool.
also worked
Oh my
with
God.
T-Mobile
I'm
to
like still
activate our direct-to-cell
haven't fully
satellites to
woken up
provide
yet. It's
basic
like very
texting
early.
on
I have
T-Mobile
only slept
and
for
emergency alerts for
probably
all
2-3
phones and
hours.
carriers of those in
3-4
affected
hours.
areas.
Very,
If a
very
phone connects to a
terrible sleep.
Starlink satellite,
I've woken
it
up
will have
multiple times.
1 to 2 bars of signal and
So
show T-Mobile SpaceX in the network name. SpaceX's direct-to-cell constellation has not been fully deployed, so these services are being delivered on a best effort basis.
Starlink is enabling life-saving communication here on Earth and continues to help us push the limits in space. In the short term, by providing great views and real-time data on our next few flights, particularly through re-entry, which historically is a blackout period for all communications.
Yeah. No.
We have like the exact same view there almost. That's crazy.
So yeah, Tim
Alright,
Dot,
so
the astronaut
we're
here, is
coming up on 2
having
minutes,
his own
30
like whole
seconds away
team
from launch.
set up multiple
We're hearing
cameras
like
and a
there's pretty
production
good
van and
chance we're
everything,
gonna
like a
hold the
studio,
T-minus
well,
40
not a van, a
seconds,
studio.
but surprise, now
So
it
all of
sounds
their
like we might
cameras
not
are
be.
probably
We are just
their
a little over
own
2
rigs,
minutes
like
away,
their
so
own
a
angles,
couple more things going to be happening.
which is crazy,
We did just
right?
close out our propellant load on the ship and the booster, so 10 million pounds of propellant on that vehicle on the pad here at Starbase, getting ready to go. We're going to start clearing out all of the lines that are basically pushing all of that propellant to the vehicles. Those get cleaned out or cleared out on the ground before we lift off. We're doing some final checks on the vehicle, the thrust vector control that we're going to use to steer it, as well as the guidance system doing its final alignment, just a lot of our final checkouts. But we are starting to hear that it looks like the range is going to be clear
nice.
at our liftoff time of
Well, I'm like
7:25
watching it as if
a.m.
it's live.
Central,
It's not.
12:25 UTC.
But this is where we're trying to get to,
So
right?
that puts
Look at
us
that.
1 minute,
Awesome
20
shot of the
seconds away from launch. Still
bottom
not
of the booster.
tracking any technical
And
issues.
third
That
two
range clear is
Raptors.
the
Are these
only
Raptor
thing that's
3s or
been
2s? I'm not sure.
potentially poking at our
I
launch.
really should be following it closer.
So I'm going to start to quiet down.
I think
We'll
they're
hear our flight
3s, right?
director for today, Tristan Pierce,
1.5
give some of the final
million
call-outs.
views on X.
As of right
Wow.
now, we are 1 minute away from liftoff.
I love how Tim Dot has.
And again, guys, remember our what you
X
see on our
feed as
screen will
one
be a
of
little
the
bit ahead of what
feeds
you
that you
hear
can switch to
SpaceX saying
anytime.
because we are bringing in their feed. It's on like a 7 to 10 second delay. So
Right.
you're going to see liftoff, and then you're going to hear like the countdown happening. So fingers crossed here, guys.
So this feed right
Coming
now
up here in about
is like
30 seconds
7
almost.
seconds or something delayed.
Holy crap.
We see lots of ships,
Flight directors go for
lots of boats here, just parked on it. Dude, that's like a car park, like a movie or something. Where you park, like, I don't know, where you park your car at a parking lot and watch a huge ass projector. It's the most expensive. What is? Oh, deluge. We have ignition and it's going to lift off. Nice. I mean, this is all standard. What just happened there? There's a piece that like flew off. Okay, just standard. This is already getting boring nowadays, like a Starship launch. Still remember the first launch? Like how incredible it was to look at that sunrise. That's beautiful. How incredible it was just to watch this thing lift off. Now it's just routine. Oh my god, all Raptors are lit? Okay. I think
30
last
seconds
time
into
we
the
got
flight,
some
the Rebels
shutdowns.
just starting to reach us here
And now
at
we have
launch
all engines
control.
lit. All Raptors are working. That's very
Booster
nice.
and ship,
That
avionics
is
power,
the
telemetry
sound
nominal.
of 33 Raptor engines.
Oh, 33. I'm sorry, I apologize. Now this event is going to last quite a while because the ship has to return as well after cruising period about an
maximum
hour.
aerodynamic pressure, the most stress the vehicle's going to see on the
Back
way
to you.
uphill.
Pushing it through no problem. The ship previously had problems exploding on demand, so
Wow, look at
it's
Ryan's
just
shot
built
here,
like
guys.
a
That's
steel. I mean, it's
All
literally
right,
steel. It's
our
literally
next
made of
major
steel.
milestone coming up. It's going to be hot staging. We're going to see the engines ignite on ship
Oh, that's gonna be
to
exciting.
push it away from the booster.
Hot staging. It hadn't
Look at
worked
that
previously
shot.
for every single attempt, I believe. No, not the first one.
I remember there's going to be a little delay between the two, but we'll keep them both
I
up
mean,
on screen here.
hot
for you
staging
to
has
see
always worked, but not the boost
and have
map.
full coverage here.
And given how well it worked last time, I expect
All right, so hot
No
stage is going
failures
to be
this
the
time.
next thing coming up. First, we're
Wow,
going to
look
see
at
the
those
boosters'
plumes.
engines start
Like you
to
can see
shut down.
individual plumes expanding.
All but 3.
Oh, that's cool.
We're going to do what's called most engines cut
I don't
off.
think I've seen
instead of
that
main
before.
engine
It's
cut
like a
off, 'cause
stove.
3 are going to keep going, and then we're
Wow,
going
you
to see
can
the
see
engines
it,
on
you can see
ship
it visually
ignite.
expanding.
So hopefully we hear a call out here that it's safe to.
Dude, it's
to
expanding
do
like
the
crazy.
landing
Right now, the
attempt.
tower team is doing their go, no go.
Tower team. Okay, so that tower team presumably is the team that's going to figure out if
And we might hear some
everything
really good
is
words
going
soon, too.
not
All
normally.
right.
To go for a catch attempt. Okay, booster shut
Come
down.
on.
We don't have
Oh, I
telemetry.
want to see
You
the
can still
tower
see it
catch.
up behind me. That
And
is
hot
one of the most
staging.
gorgeous things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Looks like a clean one.
Coming
Let's
up
go.
on hot staging next.
Flip over. I mean, yeah.
Ship engine
There's
startup.
most engines
And
cut off.
ship starts
Stage
up.
separation.
We have 6 engines, I think. 6 engines
Booster
all
Stage
nice. And
separation,
boost back
hot
burn.
stage
Boost back
separation
starting.
confirmed.
Oh my god.
We have a boost.
Ryan,
Oh, dude,
is that
boost.
Ship
All
under its
engines
own
are lit.
power. I'm seeing 6
All
out of
inner
6
engines are lit for
Raptors
boost
lit.
back burn. It's
Hopefully,
so
I
clean.
got a booster on the way back to me. I'm going to send it to you guys in Hawthorne.
Oh man, that was absolutely incredible. I loved how the crowd
Chamber pressure is nominal.
Okay,
crowd here in
everything's
Hawthorne
nominal.
all went ooh at that first view of the
Just
blue
incredible.
flames
You can see
from
the
the
ship
booster.
orienting itself.
As you can see there,
And boost back's probably going to shut
first
down in a
stage
while.
currently
Shut down.
performing- or to me,
We
is
have
now making its way
what seems
back
like
to,
we have a delay on the
launch
SpaceX
site.
so I'm going to wait a
We
bit.
Ship avionics power and telemetry nominal.
Oh,
the
wow.
booster
That
and
looks-
the tower are both performing automated checks to make sure we are go for the booster to
Still,
return
3
to
engines
the
are still
launch
lit
pad for
for
that
some reason.
catch.
I
And
thought it
once
was
those are
going to
complete,
be a
the
full
flight
shutdown.
director
According to the telemetry, like the 3 engines are still lit for some reason.
And
What was that? Are they?
we did hear that the tower is go for catch, so that was the big criteria we were looking for.
Dude, no way. Let's go.
No.
this view
We'll
here.
wait to hear that the
Okay, so
We'll
that
wait
means
to hear
everything
that
on the
the
ship.
go for
Okay,
catch has been
all 3
set.
engines are shut down now. We are looking
Beautiful
at.
view here
We've
from the
never seen
ship.
that angle before. Looking straight at one of the
And
flaps.
so
Oh my
exciting to
gosh.
hear that we got a go for booster catch. That means it's
Oh,
going
you
to be
can
a
see
really
that little,
exciting morning. Again,
like,
the
plume of
booster
cloud
is making its way
right
back
underneath the
towards
flap
now
there.
land
I
in
think
order
that's
to make
part of the
that
clouds
catch
generated
attempt in
by
the tower.
the booster.
No way. They're going for it.
So incredible to see these views. You can see the ship on the right-hand side of your screen.
I mean,
All
judging
6
by
Raptor
how well
engines
the last
are under full
landing
power.
burn went, I wouldn't be shocked if
Once
it
again,
goes
the
smooth. I mean,
ship,
if they
the
go
booster
for
is
a
making its
catch
way
attempt,
back
but
to the launch site. We
not
are
sure
going
how
to
well
try
the
and
catch
catch it
itself is
using
gonna
the
go. What's that
chopsticks
little
on
black
the launch
thing
tower,
there?
the exact same tower that
They
it
just
launched
jettisoned the
from
hot stage ring,
just
right?
wow, 5 minutes ago.
That could be what that
Yeah,
is.
the booster.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, I can
No.
confirm
That's the ship.
the
That's the
command
ship.
was sent.
Wait. That's the
Booster
ship
to
with the
come
booster?
back.
I'm
That is
shaking right now. This
incredible.
is
Looking up right now. It's pretty much right overhead of us, and we can see it starting to come down.
Yo,
this on the left. That is
I
our
can't
tracking
wait for us to
footage.
hear
We've
the
had
sonic
continual
boom
tracking.
through Dan's mic.
is that the is the tracking the
That is going
booster
to
or
be
the ship?
incredible.
That's
It
the
was so
booster.
cool
That's
to hear the liftoff.
the booster.
And so once again,
So, like, something just got
a
jettisoned.
successful on-time liftoff of Starship Flight 5.
So it is
The
currently
ship,
heading towards
has
Earth.
separated from the booster. The booster is there on your
I'm
screen.
shaking,
It
I'm
is
shaking
making
because,
its
like,
way
it's cold
back
at the same
to
time.
the launch site. We are going to
I
attempt
should put something
the
down.
catch using
I mean,
the
I should put
chopsticks.
something
We
on.
did
I can't
hear
even
the
talk.
confirmation that the command was sent to the tower. We are go for catch.
Is that a boost? I mean, is that a
And in order
entry
to
burn or a landing burn? Wait, no, that's not a burn. What the? Wait, why?
Landing burn.
The bottom of the ship is burning.
Are you
kidding me?
It's re-entry. It's entering the atmosphere. I didn't know it burned like
my
this.
God.
I've never seen that actually before.
Coming in hot for
Is
booster
that normal?
No
Dude,
way.
dude, I'm not prepared for this. Dude, it's about to. It's a
right now.
landing burn.
way,
No
Ryan.
way, dude. Okay, give us a wider shot, please.
See how fast
A wider
this
shot,
vehicle
please.
is moving.
We can't see.
On the left hand.
There's nothing. There's. Okay, please. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, it's so tilted. Dude, hover. Comes to a hover, please. Oh my god, it's. What? What? Holy shit! Dude, that was picture perfect. That was so stable. Okay, when SpaceX said last time they were gonna test if it could come to a hover on a designated spot, they really meant a designated spot. That is spot on. Holy shit!
Wow.
Wait, I didn't know it was gonna be this smooth and stable. They really nailed it.
Guys, I'm sorry. Like, even in this day and age, what we just saw, that looked like magic. Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
You must have been insane.
No, that did not just
Still
happen.
going wild over here over this.
Folks, this is
Oh my
a
gosh.
day for the engineering history books.
Dude, this
No,
I'm sorry, this is my
it's-
genuine
we
reaction.
didn't have our own footage from
Of
this.
the Super Heavy
I would think
booster, as it has just been
that was
successfully
fake.
caught back at the very
Dude,
same launch
that is
tower
our
that it
camera.
just came
Like,
from.
that is our
Dan,
personal
I
camera.
love this. You are reflecting exactly what
That-
everybody else here in Hawthorne, except maybe a little bit more because you got to see it with your own eyes.
I'm playing back that
How
footage in my
was
head,
that?
and
We got it. But I mean, like,
dude, it
I can't even describe that.
that was like smoother than the renders. Because in the renders they had to like adjust for it. I thought the arms are gonna come in and do all the adjustments as the no, none of that. That was like probably microscopic adjustments, but holy cow.
This is not, I mean,
Let's
it's
check it on chip.
Dude,
It's
like
hard to
all the
believe
math,
that-
it's like seemed like all the math and physics had worked out
Exciting
perfectly.
news there. It's hard to believe
It's
that
perfectly programmed.
Booster isn't the only excitement
That
that,
it
we
just
have today. Just
Perfectly
confirmation there.
angled
of a gorgeous
itself
view
and
of planet
canceled
Earth
all the
behind,
momentum
the
perfectly.
ship.
As it like
And it
literally
is now in
gently
the orbit
sat
we
on
expected
the
it to.
arms, man.
This is just an
There was
incredible day.
some
Live views
worrying
there
about
as the
if,
booster vents,
you know,
some
the
pressures
weight
there.
of the ship
That
and
is
all
a
the
live view
momentum
from the
could
top of
probably
the tower
crash the
looking at
arms
the
or something, or like
chopsticks.
I am
make a huge
still
impact
in
or something.
disbelief.
No,
I'm
it
trying to
seemed
catch my
gentle
tears, just
as
like
F.
the chopsticks caught the booster. It has
Dude, I
been
want to see the contact
nonstop
points. I wanted to
since
see if they're.
liftoff.
I wish they put tiny cameras on the actual mechanisms on the arms, on the chopsticks, as it moved to catch the point on the ship, because there's like 2 catch points on the booster.
We are going to take a short break for the next 30 minutes. We'll return back at T
Dude,
plus
please
40
play
minutes
back
while
some
the ship
footage right now. I've
continues
never
to
seen that
coast
camera on the
before
right, yeah,
re-entry.
like pointing straight at the
Oh man!
flap.
And as with
And that's
previous
the-
flights, Starlink may
yeah,
actually
that's the
enable
top of
us
the flap.
to talk with
So
the ship
underneath
through
is the,
re-entry with no communication
protective
blackout. We
heat
of course
layer,
are still
heat
testing
shield
Starlink
layer.
during this phase of flight.
That is
so
a
nothing
drone
is
that
certain.
SpaceX is
But if we
operating
do
right
have
now. That is
views,
a
we'll
drone.
be sure to bring those
But
to you
holy shit,
live.
Tim Dot has had the
Views or
cleanest
no views, we'll see you back here at T
booster,
plus 40 minutes for
cleanest,
coverage of Starship's
tower
re-entry,
cam.
flip maneuver,
Wow,
landing
that was
burn,
so clean.
and splashdown.
I cannot believe this.
right?
I am actually shaking. Like, I have goosebumps. That is
It's so
the
sad he couldn't
craziest
be at
thing.
the actual spot.
On the first try. I
Yeah,
cannot
I-
even believe that, guys.
I
We
can-
just watched a rocket fly to space, let go of the upper stage that weighs thousands of tons, and come back and land on the same launch tower that it took off from. And it actually
It's
worked. Now,
perfect
granted, it's still
demonstration of
smoking. It's
mastery
like
of
scoldering
Their
hot.
technology.
Did you see
master
it
of math,
glowing on
physics,
re-entry with Ryan's footage?
Everything,
That
you know,
was
just aerospace
the
engineering.
craziest
It was
shot I've
absolute
ever seen
top of their games.
in my entire life.
It is not magic. It's simply
I'm
perfect
literally
execution.
shaking right now. I cannot believe that. And now we
I
got
love how
the
their
ship
sight looks, man.
on the
With that,
right-hand side of the screen.
You know, mild little
Holy crap, guys. I
red
can't believe I
in the
missed
sky.
it.
Yeah, like he
I
could
can't
have
believe I
witnessed
missed
this
the
live.
first one.
He could have witnessed this in person and, you know, like
I'm
saw
having
this
major
whole
FOMO right now,
thing
but that is
literally
unbelievable.
happening. He could have
Are
seen
you
this
kidding me?
unfold in front of him
Like,
because he
come
like
on.
has a studio literally there.
Oh man. Okay, so people are
So
asking
sad.
already, like, is the booster spinning uncontrollably? Don't forget last time, as soon as it got into space and after shut off, it did orient itself. Hopefully,
Oh,
we'll
that's
see
not
that
an
those
issue
rates
because.
stabilize
Oh
here.
wait, no, that was an
And
issue.
yeah, I
No,
want
no,
to
no,
know.
that wasn't. No,
I
no,
want
no,
to
no,
hear
no.
from you guys at Luna at Mars. Oh, so by the way, if you're on this live stream right now, the fun's not over because we're still going to see the Starship re-enter here in about 30 minutes. So don't go anywhere.
Some ships
Honestly,
are rolling
that
back.
was exciting and that was probably hard to beat, but the next part is still also very, very exciting. So we're
Next part is
still
gonna be amazing.
only
dude.
halfay through this thing. So
Next
don't
part
go
is
anywhere.
gonna
But
be
I do want to
stunning.
hear from the van.
You don't want to miss this.
How was the
That is
sonic boom?
gorgeous.
Was it
Look at all the
crazy?
reflections.
Did we have any broken windows?
Wow, this is probably
are
the
Luna's
most
windows
gorgeous
still
launch
intact?
site ever,
Oh.
man.
We still have windows. Okay, we do still have. We
This
still have
launch site is
windows.
actually pleasing to look at.
The Falcon 9 model fell over. I wonder how many people are gonna have like broken plates and stuff like that. Even that is crazy. I'm glad no windows broke though. I can't believe that worked. That was insane.
They're saying that the
Oh
that
my
Falcon 9
gosh.
model, probably
How are
1
you
to
guys
100
feeling right now?
model got knocked over
Are you
during
not
launch by the
entertained? That was
vibrations.
maybe one of the craziest things. If we can start downloading the footage from those cameras, I want to see that stuff
dude, yeah.
again
please.
so bad, especially that Sapphire wide shot. That was absolutely ridiculous. That is just the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That was
Oh my god.
perfectly smooth.
Yeah,
My brain couldn't comprehend it.
that is wow. Yeah.
They really
Can't
meant it
believe
when
that.
they said go for tower.
Oh my
They really
god.
meant it when they said we are gonna attempt it
I almost
next
need like a
launch.
break.
If the
That
first
is.
if the first landing
I don't have any words. I'm
was gonna
speechless.
go well.
Thank you
They
guys
knew
so
what
much
they were doing.
for watching with me
They had it
again.
completely
Don't
in
go
control.
anywhere because we still have ship
we
reentry
have
coming
no
up.
idea.
So the ship
We
is
had no
going
idea.
to be.
We only just watched it gently land
The
on
ship
the
is
ocean.
going to be reentry.
We didn't know
so,
how accurate it was. How did they even
I just can't
measure
believe
it
it's
though?
actually.
Like it's hard to comprehend.
Actually,
How do they have to measure
successfully.
everything with the
I
internal
should
sensors
mention
built in on the ship?
there's
Definitely not by
185,000 of you guys.
GPS
If you
because
guys want
it's
to
not accurate
celebrate
enough.
this achievement right
How
here
could they
in
possibly,
person, if you want to
make
cheer
sure
on the people that did
make sure that
this
all
mission right now, you know that SpaceX is going to be nominated for an Astro Award for this. Again, that is our live show that we produce.
yeah, that's his own award show that he does. How they have to like measure everything on board the ship in order to determine that it's good enough. Like miles out in the ocean. Because we were talking about like probably not millimeter, probably centimeter precision or something. I don't know.
Astro Awards in Austin, Texas, January 25th, 26th. Go to astrooawards.live and get your tickets now. We have early bird pricing through November 1st. So if you want 10% off, get your tickets now. And we're going to literally be handing a trophy out to the people behind this incredible mission and about 10 others as well. So if you want to celebrate along with us, again, astrooawards.live. It's also pinned in the chat, so you can click the pinned comment in the chat
Guys,
right
should I
there
fast forward?
and join us. It'll be so
I'm
fun.
not
Last year was
watching it
great.
live,
This year's gonna be even
so I
better
have
because
the
we have
excuse
2
to fast
full
forward.
days of panels
But
and
also,
fun
I wanted to experience
and
it
a big party
if
and
it
stuff
was
like that too.
live.
So was that?
But now I have the freedom,
3D
so-
cameras that are available that are shooting. I don't know if they're
Nice. They're
available
shooting in
this
3D,
launch,
so we can
but
watch it
we
on
have
Vision
shot
Pro.
other launches in stereoscopic 3D, and it is very, very cool. So hopefully,
Dude, I've never seen that flame in the skirt.
yeah, that shot
As
of
it
the
came
glowing
down.
engines though is the most crazy thing. But look at that. It looks like maybe a COPV popped.
Oh.
Yeah, that. Oh no, the fire was towards the pad or towards the tower. This is south facing, right? Because this is. Yeah, so I
The
think
fire was probably not the COPV.
The fire, I think, was just a methane vent or something.
Yeah, exactly.
On the west side of it, but
Wait, the ship?
yeah, I wonder what that actually is.
Look,
Who knows? I mean, this
guys,
thing.
look, the
by
ship-
the way,
the
this
ship
thing
is-
could still blow up at this point.
Moving
now, but at that
horizontally.
point, who
They have
cares?
oriented?
They absolutely nailed the first landing
Like the ship
catch
is moving
attempt,
like this.
and I can't believe it.
Horizontally.
I cannot believe that happened. Let's answer a few more questions, like from Stokey. When a flight gets scrubbed, how much of the liquid fluids gets recycled for the next launch, or is it all discarded? So they lose, I forget what the percentage, something like about 50% of there's losses that boil off. So you just have losses because you have
50%,
liquid
that's a
cryogenic
lot
propellants,
for boil
and
off.
they.
Just want to make
Man,
sure
I can't wait for
safe. Just want to
appreciate
make
it.
sure when
And
he
I'm
gets
seeing a
the
lot of
footage
very
back.
generous donations going through right now. So thank you so much. Like to Adrian Abshire, happy birthday. Karen Abshire, I love you. That's very sweet, Adrian. There you go. A birthday and to another loving partner. It's just, I was here for a wedding. A SpaceX engineer. Amazing. Well, thank you so much. And congratulations on an unbelievable day. Absolutely crazy. This is from Adrian. Let's go. Congrats to SpaceX on making history. And
launch, so I was not expecting how loud it was going to be, and
history
then
right here.
just watching it with your eyes, seeing it land in there,
Dude, for a split second, I thought it was another Tim Dot or something.
it just looked so unreal and like
news. Hang on. What did I tweet about the diamond?
Oh,
Jeez, and he nailed the exposure on that.
right.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So this was 4K 120. Is that what Ryan was shooting? I was not on one of those. This is an Ember. Oh my god. 4K 420. Okay. So this is at 420 frames per second. And we're playing it back at 30 frames per second. So what is that? That's like 7, 8x or whatever. 8. No, more than that. That is like 14 or whatever. 14 times slow-mo. So this could take, we could be watching this for the next 14, and that was 7 minutes. So yeah, that'd be like 90 some minutes. We would watch this for an hour and a half between liftoff and the landing. Can't believe that. Yeah, you see it.
what?
Video, and that's Spencer. Spencer's going to tell us what it was like here from Starbase. Spencer, how was it to hear the sonic booms? Was it pretty crazy?
Yeah. So I mean, launch was it was pretty typical. I mean, it's for the last few that we've seen already. But man, that when the booster came back, it just seemed so much louder than the initial launch. So I was not expecting how loud it was going to be, and then just watching it with your eyes, seeing it land in there, it just looked so unreal. And like, yeah, I just couldn't believe. I mean, nobody could hardly, I think, but yeah, it was so wild. Yeah, I stood out where you normally stand out there on the deck, and yeah, it was just incredible.
Was it? Did the sonic boom line up like with kind of engine lighting, or like where was the timing from your perspective with the boom? Like, or was it like once it landed on the tower? Because I think a lot of times at the Cape, it's like you see it touch down and then you hear the sonic booms. You know,
it was definitely
where
a
was
little
it
bit
at there?
after. It was a little bit delayed. Yeah. So yeah.
After it landed,
I think it was on the way down, and then like some other ones on the way. Like I heard several. I didn't actually count them, but yeah, yeah, it was just. I think I was too in shock as well, but yeah.
That is so crazy. I can't believe that. Yeah, that of course I missed the one that actually gets a catch attempt, and on the first try, I just never would have guessed in a million years.
Yeah,
wow.
Yes.
And did you say that stuff actually like fell over in the studio too?
Oh yeah, one of your little. Let's see, this guy was laying on the floor when I came back in, but.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's not that much if it rolled off that shelf.
Well, yeah,
but,
good.
Yeah, but
good thing it's made out of metal. Those wonderful models over at everydayastronaut.com/shop. And then one last question here.
Sure.
These are really good models. I hope one day I can get
like
one.
Liftoff and stuff. Obviously, was it? You said it wasn't that much different than what we've heard before, but like, when it's a clear day like that, I feel like it's kind of
Yeah.
louder than the foggy day we had last time.
Yeah, I mean, it being clear was amazing because you could see everything the whole way up, just watching it, seeing it. I mean, even when it got way up in the air, it was you could still see it, and so that was
Yeah,
awesome.
props for not having
yeah,
clouds around. Thanks,
Could you, like, you saw
nature.
stage separation, right?
yeah, you could see everything all the way.
Because several of those
Everything was
Starship
follow the
launches,
booster all the
we
way
got
back with
heavy,
your-
just
I lost the
blockage.
booster on the way back.
It was
I
too
couldn't
moist
find
to
it
see
after a
anything.
while. I mean, I saw it initially
all
when
the
it
launches were
separated,
great.
but then somewhere in the middle, I think
It'd
it was
be
kind of
even
behind.
it'd be
the
much better to have
roof
great
of the
visuals,
house,
and
so I
this
couldn't
time we
see
got
anymore.
it.
But yeah,
On the first
It,
catch
uh,
attempt,
When
so I'm
when
grateful
do
of
you
that.
actually like make visual contact with it again on reentry?
yeah. I mean, it was a pretty good ways up. I heard there was some people down the way at another house, but that saw it before me, and so I started looking, and then I found it was probably I don't know how many seconds exactly before, but it was.
But you saw it like
yeah,
coming for a
yeah,
decent amount of time.
for ways. Yeah. So
Jeez,
yeah. So I captured a little video while I
unbelievable.
was out there too, so maybe we can share that later or something.
Oh,
But yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's
So
pull that up. That is so cool. Well,
sure.
I'm very jealous. I'm glad that's the first one you've actually been able to see though with your own eyes, right?
Well, I saw the very first one. That was the first one, and then I got to see the first.
You weren't in the
I,
van for the first one?
what's that? No,
I
for the
thought.
very first one, I watched. I went down the road and watched. Yeah,
Okay. So at least okay, but this is your second one. But
yeah,
you got to see the first catch with your eyes. Dang
yeah.
it. I
First
don't.
launch and first catch. Yeah. So
Oh, that's a good track record. That's a
yeah,
good track
yeah.
record.
Now back to the van. Hey,
Wow. No, we got to get you on a tracking camera here soon.
one of these days. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Well, thanks, Spencer.
Yep.
Everyone, Spencer Teddick. He does co-editing on all the videos and a lot of animations,
Yep.
and helps run the show down there at Starbase. So
Yep. Tim keeps
I
me
would say
busy.
thanks, Spencer.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Well, thank you for that report.
Sure. Yeah.
Throwing it off to different reporters. This is amazing.
All right.
Do we have the booster landing footage from Ryan? Like, do we have? Okay, stage separation. We've got footage of stage separation from Ryan. Oh my gosh. Even this shot. I mean, if there wasn't a landing, today, we would be like, oh, this is incredible. This is the most beautiful thing ever. But now this is like plays like third fiddle compared to launch. And wow, look at that though. That is outstanding. That is
Just wish the resolution's higher.
stage separation. This flip felt really fast to me. I was
Really?
nervous that it was.
That felt
Again,
normal.
right now we're watching it 14 times slow motion. And this is, of course, again, captured at 4K, 420 frames a second, thanks to the FreeFly Embers, which are amazing cameras. We're so excited about working with these cameras. I mean, Embers are crazy. Yeah, I mean, come on, 4K, 420 frames a second. Yes, please. Looks like it's going so slow now, you almost can't even tell it's moving. But yeah, so that is, you're seeing the Starship. Oh, there we go. Oh, are we fast forwarding now, or is it just buffering? Okay, but you saw the Starship separating from the booster, and this is reentry. By the way, if you just happen to be tuning in right now, we're watching the replay of the launch and reentry and landing the catch as we wait
this is
for
fast forwarded.
Starship, the upper stage, to begin reentry. The reentry will be happening pretty soon here. That's real time here. That is real life, real time, 42 minutes after liftoff.
42.
Of the Starship, and it's going to be beginning its reentry phase basically over Africa, and then reentering in the Indian Ocean. But Ryan's shot here, once we get back to that glowing, I want to see that glow. That was like that was just so unbelievable. I mean, I knew it got hot on reentry, but the fact that it was just sitting there glowing, the entire engine section was bright. I can't believe it survives reentry without needing to do a boost back burn. You see now how intense it is.
He meant re-entry.
Yeah,
burn.
let's give it a second here, and they're working on queuing up the glowing reentry, which would be the next really, really, really fun bit of footage. Ooh, so it must be flying over. I'm guessing
can
that's
see the
Madagascar.
continents.
Would be my guess.
That's really cool.
If we
Like
see
you,
land
you'd
underneath
think space is
Starship, then
black,
that is,
but I mean we're looking at Earth, so like
unless that's just the.
it just looks like an
like
airplane flying over.
South
That's
Africa,
cool.
like the southern tip or whatever that it flies over.
Or more like a satellite.
That is so crazy.
Airplanes typically don't go that high.
Yeah. I am not a geography major, but some part of Africa. We do know it's some part of Africa. That's the only option, really. While we wait for the re-entry glowing footage, we'll answer another question from the King of Finland. Welcome, Your Majesty. What will they do with this booster now? I'm guessing they'll hopefully try to, get it into a safing
There's the
position.
shot.
Okay, here comes our replay. Sorry, of this booster re-entering. Look at the glowing engine section from re-entry heating. Again, that's just.
Again, I don't know if it's
not air
nominal because
friction
I've never
necessarily,
seen
but
that
it's mostly
before.
compression of air as this thing's just plowing through the air. The air molecules get compressed and they heat up, and they, as air compresses, it gets hot. As they expand, they cool down. The temperature cools down. This is just classic thermodynamics, and Starship's super heavy booster is trying to not do an entry burn before it hits the atmosphere. It's just taking it right in the face there, right? Just full blown, letting the engine section. That is an unbelievable shot. I cannot. Oh my gosh.
I get it's supposed to
you
generate
kidding
heat,
me?
but we've never seen that
Ryan
amount of
Shalinsky, you
just
beautiful
brightness
human, you. Did it punch
at
a
the
hole in
engine
that
area.
cloud? Or is it just perspective, like parallax? Oh, here it comes to the cloud. Okay.
There's so much flame. Are they using a
That
different
was-
material, or because
That's
it's
a
not
cool shot,
ablative?
though, right there. But so
If it's
this
not
booster,
ablative,
hopefully
then
they get it
burning
to a
means
safe
bad.
position, and
Like,
then
I mean, oh, we can already see.
Starship is starting to glow
we
too,
can
by
see
the
some
way.
glow.
So we're seeing
It's so
seeing a
bright
replay on
today.
the left of
they're
the super heavy
You
booster.
can see the stars
And
the,
we're seeing Starship
the
beginning its
SpaceX
re-entry
employees holding up the
on the
tiles,
right,
showing
in
up the
real time.
tiles.
So replay on the left, real time on the right. That shot is absolutely crazy, guys. Both of them. I don't know which one.
Yeah,
to
you
be
can
more
see it
impressed by
visually
right
getting
now.
brighter on the right side. That's the
Ryan's
plasma's
shot is
generated.
phenomenal. I remember when it lit the engines, I was like, I'm gonna lose my mind. Look at that plasma glowing, though. This is fantastic.
Just that perfect amount of soft glow.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Let's keep Ryan's up on screen too, actually, for a little bit, because I think we're coming up on where that engine thing, the thing popped off. That I'm guessing only Ryan's camera can capture. Wow, that re-entry heating is intense, though.
I mean, yeah, it's typical.
Look at that plasma glowing. I'm guessing the SpaceX feed will probably be coming on soon too. So when they do come back to host, again, I'll kind of be quiet. And
I mean, they already came back
once
a
they
while ago.
come back to really host, I'll for sure we'll cut to
Right,
them.
right,
But
right. They
we're
haven't
probably
documented
coming
the
up,
whole
getting
whole
closer to
frame.
that landing burn. Again, this is probably playing back at some kind of slow-mo on the left. And on the right is real time. That is real footage of Starship re-entering the Earth's atmosphere from an altitude of 90 kilometers, 88 kilometers to be exact, and at almost 27,000 kilometers an hour. Wow.
I'm so tired to be more energetic.
So that is
Otherwise, I
going to
would
be
have
really
been.
fun to see this re-entry
I'm just like
of Starship. Give us 1 second here.
so sleepy.
We're coming up
I
on
just
the
woke up. It's
landing
super early.
burn of the Super Heavy Booster replay again. This is Cosmic Perspective, Ryan Shalinsky's landing
Man,
burn
I want to see the
footage.
landing, man. I want to see the catch.
And look at that. Look at how freaking hot that engine section is. It's crazy. The nozzles look relatively okay, but it's just a steel glowing from re-entry.
I think it's burning.
Absolutely.
Like something is burning down there.
Incredible. And here's that re-entry footage again. Yeah, so that booster was falling back.
That plasma is really getting hot. See the exposure changes.
Yes, we are familiar that SpaceX is speaking. We're working on getting SpaceX audio back up.
Next is high heat.
Yeah.
We have 3.4 mil right now. Holy crap on SpaceX
above
feed.
the heat rate
I
breakup limit.
never would have thought,
that
you know,
lasts for about 10 minutes. We then have high
X-Stream would get
dynamic
so much
pressure.
traction.
Starship
Elon's
will
really done
continue
it.
to slow down and experience increased
Oh, man.
aerodynamic loads during that phase, and that will happen before
Could
reaching
have been
Mach 1.
probably more views
about
on
a minute
YouTube.
after.
Just saying.
Approaching the peak heating phase of entry, remains on a nominal trajectory.
Okay, so that was phase 2 that he just called out that I was mentioning. After peak heating is that dynamic pressure around Mach 1.
Oh, this is not good.
And that will last about a minute after
Or
leaving the
it's
hypersonic
normal.
area. And then we
Oh,
go into
I'm just seeing a
subsonic,
lot of stuff
and then,
getting
of course,
burnt out right
landing
now.
burn. Wow, what an incredible view.
Burnt
The
off
colors
on
are so amazing,
heat
and the
tiles.
colors actually also tell you a little bit about the
Like,
temperature
I
that
get it,
the
it's
vehicle
ablative,
is
but, like, a
seeing
lot
as
of
well.
things
So
are
I
getting
think that's
burnt
pretty cool
off
that we get
as we
this
speak.
amazing live visual.
Speaking of live visual, the flap, we have more views,
Oh, I
more
appreciate this
cameras
new
on
cam, dude.
board Starship,
Last-
as
'cause
Dan
last
mentioned
time,
a few
the
minutes
flaps
ago.
got absolutely
we are
eaten up.
hoping that
If it happens
all
this
4
time,
flaps
we're gonna get to
will
watch this
stay
on this
more
camera,
intact
so
than
that's
they did
actually
last time.
fantastic.
We did make some changes to the design in order to help enable
Starship
this.
is now experiencing peak heating, remains on a nominal entry trajectory.
Awesome.
Great news there that Starship is continuing along the path that we intended it to fly. You can keep track with how fast it's going and how high it is above Earth using the display that
Interesting.
is
The
there on
colors
the
we're
bottom
getting
right-hand
this time
side
is
of
slightly
the screen.
different than the first time. Probably due to a lot of
This is
reasons,
where
like the
we're
background
really
lighting
gonna
and stuff.
see a lot of those improvements from Flight 4 really come into action. Is you guys kind of talked about, so it's called the static arrow. Those are kind of the poke out points on the flaps. Those
Yeah,
get
this
exposed
kinda
to
looks
some
on the
pretty
left side, it's
extreme
not
heat
moving at all,
environments, and
right?
So we added some
It's kind of like in lambda flow.
additional, basically
That's
made it a
amazing.
lot
That
more
is
robust for the
actually
thermal
beautiful.
protection there. And we learned not just from visuals and stuff like that. We had those missing tile tests on Flight 4 where we intentionally left some out, kept in some backup layers. They're called ablatives, which means they just gradually melt away to help dissipate the heat. And we've got an entire layer of ablative underneath the tiles on this Starship today. So even if you get a gap in a tile or a tile is broken, anything like that, we've got essentially backup options. And what we're really trying to do today is
Getting the ship
do
back.
an on-target landing. As we lost the flaps, you lose a lot of your control, and so we didn't land right on target last flight. This time we're trying to really nail the target within just tens of meters. And that'll just be a really huge step on feeling like we're closer to bringing a ship back. Obviously, there's a lot of work before we get there, but we just caught a booster. We're going to start looking real soon at when we can catch a ship.
That's something to brag about.
So the view on your left is as a helicopter
that?
passes by Dan,
Oh,
bound at Starbase. The view on your left is a camera that's positioned near the nose of the ship, looking basically
Yeah, so
down
it's looking
toward
down
the flap.
from the top?
The view on the right is looking perpendicular to the flap. So we're looking basically bird's eye view onto the flap on the left-hand side, and then a worm's eye view from the side with that view on the right.
They understood the assignment.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Maverick just buzzed the tower. He might be coming back, so.
Now, these views brought to us by Starlink, it's incredible that we have this high definition capability. In fact, that view
Yeah,
on
it
the
was
left.
pretty much
Starship
mind-blowing
is now
last time, and
halfway
it got
through
through all
the
the
peak
way
heating
without
phase of entry,
significant
remains on a
blackouts.
good trajectory.
That that's basically
So great news
impossible to
there,
see
hearing
any
that we're
rocket
about
launch.
halfway through the peak heating phase. Like I said earlier, this lasts roughly 10-ish minutes. And we did hear earlier that the flaps have
Altitude
control
is
of the
69
vehicle, so
kilometers right
also
now.
good news there.
By the way.
You know, it is incredible that we've basically had views the entire time.
Right. Yeah.
Although
Thanks to Starlink.
my memory
Also, if you
did
take a look at
black
the
out a
LOX
little bit
and
after booster
the
catch,
fuel
so
and
I think
oxidizer
we had
remaining
views.
on the ship,
But you know, all through the
you can
coast
just
base,
tell
we
how
had some
efficient that thing
beautiful
is.
views of planet Earth
right? Like this
behind
whole
the ship as
landing
it was in
maneuver
its orbit.
and the
Yeah, and I also
like
do want to
the
point out on your
belly
right-hand
flop,
screen,
everything
we've got a more
is all
encompassed
just
view of the flap.
for increasing the
As we watched
efficiency,
in Flight 4, the
aka
hinge
the
area
amount
was
of fuel
the
used,
area where we got a
the
little bit
amount
of
of
that burn
propellant
through.
used.
This view, this new camera view on the ship will help us be able to visually see more of what's happening in that area. And again, we have improved our heating tiles, and so hopefully we've protected the hinge a lot better this time.
Landing chill has started.
But again, these
So
views
cool.
are additional to the data that we get on these flight tests that help enable us kind of put the data that we get in the computer to the visuals that we
It is
see
also
and
amazing.
try and
There's
align
no,
those
like-
and use that for improvements in the future.
Now, we
There's
heard a
no
call out there
deceleration burn
saying
needed.
that
They just
engine chill
orient
has
the ship.
begun. This is an
No, there
indication
was.
that
I
we
mean,
are
yeah, if it
starting
was a
to
real
flow
launch,
a little
then
bit of
yeah, deceleration burn
the
is
super
absolutely
cold
needed. I don't know
liquid
what I was
oxygen
thinking
through the hardware, through the Raptor engine, specifically the turbo pumps, to help ensure that the hardware is at the right temperature before we give a full push, a full flow of propellant at engine startup.
It was in about 10 minutes
All of that
from
to
now.
say, we are getting closer to the landing burn.
We definitely are, and again, if you look at the bottom right hand of your
Wow,
screen, you
we're
can
actually
see the
getting pretty
altitude that the ship
close.
is, and it has been
is amazing.
slowly
I mean,
making its way closer and closer to Earth. We're
yeah,
currently
stuff is
at
getting
about
burnt off.
63 kilometers from planet Earth, and you'll see that number
I'm not sure what
trend
exactly.
lower and lower
Like,
as
if
we
you
get
look at the flap
closer
on the left
and
side-
continue through this reentry.
Yeah, this is going to go on for a little, actually a
Yeah.
while longer. We have about 10 minutes or so,
we might not be in
roughly,
the clear, guys.
before we execute the landing,
I mean, like,
the
that
ignition
happened
for the
last time.
landing
It was
burn,
supposed to happen
starting with the landing flip.
anyways.
So we're making a controlled reentry.
if we have
This
a
is one
perfect
of
ship,
the
then
primary objectives
pretty much
for
nothing
Starship today
should
is
get
to
burnt off.
demonstrate another controlled reentry, even more controlled than
Because
what we
the
saw on
tiles are
Flight
not
4.
ablative.
And so far, that is
So-
looking good.
I'm not sure if
Wow.
it's the steel. Like, as long as it's not the
I should
steel,
point
that's
out we
going to
do
burn off
see,
for
you know,
good.
occasional sparks and stuff
As
flying
we
off
start
of the
to really
vehicle,
get
and
lower, we're going to start
I don't-
seeing the atmosphere's effect
and that's
start to take
normal.
place.
I mean, normal-ish.
When
That's
we'll
not
start
really
we'll be
necessarily meant to
dropping our
happen.
speed down closer to the
But
speed of
that
sound.
is
You'll see
the.
flaps
There
start
are
to
going to be. Ooh, that's a lot though. There are little bits of steel that might be like falling off and stuff, and some of that's
Uh-oh.
okay. But if we do see too many sparks, that could be a bad thing. But
Like, eventually, we don't
right now, it's looking
we don't
decent.
want to see any.
on this flight today. We
But
tweaked
it's,
it a
we're
little
getting some
bit,
beautiful
so we're
colorations
gonna
on the
try
steel on
and
the flap.
splash down at
Though that's
a little bit
the
of a
first time we've
gentler
ever gotten to
angle,
see that
this time instead of
so
just kind
clearly
of
and so
hit the
closely, and we
water
can see the
and fall over.
vibrations of every
And
single
the goal
panel.
with that is try and keep the ship intact, and then if
That's
we're
welded
able
together.
to then get some additional video of it, again, that's just more data, and everything we can see, everything we can get extra, like a couple extra seconds or minutes of data coming from the ship after
Starship has
splashdown.
passed through the peak heating
Get
phase
in.
of flight, approaching maximum entry dynamic pressure.
Okay.
All right, we're through peak heating. Coming up is basically max Q part 2, where we're gonna hit kind of that part of the curve
So
where
hopefully,
we're still moving really fast and the atmosphere is just dense
the ship
enough
should have
that
a easier
we're
time past this point.
feeling the most pressure, but
still is gonna
hopefully we're gonna
continue to
start
heat
feeling
up.
a little bit less heat now.
I mean, like, continue to experience pressure and heat.
I love the slightly color
Looks like we
changing
got
of the.
more views
Oh, that is a
of each of
cool
the
shot.
flaps on the ship as it's
There's
making
so many
its way back
cameras.
down to Earth.
They have
That's
they have so
cool.
many cameras. Yeah, they're
And
displaying
we
at the
did
same
pass
time.
through
So we got
peak heating and
probably
still
right
got
flap, left
really
flap,
good views throughout
and then on
that whole
top, what's
period.
that?
Typically, during the highest
front flap?
heat on the vehicle, we tend to build up a lot of plasma, and that's typically when we would lose, connection or views of the vehicle. But again, with Starlink, we were able to get some live views throughout that entire
I'm gonna
process
go to the
there.
bathroom real quick.
Still going at 15,000 kilometers an hour.
We'll start hearing a couple more milestones in about 4
That's
minutes or
crazy.
so when we start getting down to like the transonic, the subsonic, when we're we're starting to move closer to and beneath the speed of sound. And I mean, we're getting live views, we're getting live data. We've got a couple additional tests on this one today where we left off some missing tiles again to test some additional backup layers. We also have, I don't know if we can still quite see them in this view, but you may have noticed we had some kind of silvery looking tiles on Starship as well. And those were pretty much standard tiles, but they were wrapped in aluminum. And it was a pretty simplistic, straightforward one where aluminum starts to melt at roughly the same temperature where steel starts to lose its strength, not necessarily melt. And so if we see stuff melting, we know.
Oh
It's
no,
starting
flap
to
burn through
eat
again.
We know what our steel is going to be exposed to.
The
But
hinges.
yeah, 59 minutes since launch. Should
That
be
is
coming up
absolutely
on,
not what they
on
anticipated.
Transonic
Oh,
and everything,
no.
just about 3 minutes.
I mean, or like what they.
Pretty massive
love to
burn
see.
through again
Now the
already.
views here,
Yeah, you
we
can see it
have
on the top
coverage
left,
of all
eating
4
through the
flaps.
hinges.
We can see, so for those that perhaps didn't catch
I think that's
a
the
glimpse
front
of the vehicle
flap. The
before
backs
liftoff,
are
there are
okay
2
right now,
flaps
are
at the
doing fine.
forward end and 2 flaps at the aft end. The larger camera view that is there on the right-hand side of your screen, that is a view of one
like
of the
watching
aft
hot
end
lava
or the bottom
near a
end
volcano.
flaps. We can start to see some heat buildup and peeking through on one of the flaps there in the top left-hand
We're getting
corner of
some
your
on the back
screen.
flap. And
It should
on the
survive
shot in
this,
the
though.
middle, you can see on the very
It's cooling
right.
down already.
On the very right.
Once again, Starship now
So as long as we
at T
don't
plus
lose
1
too
hour
much,
and
that
9
does not look
seconds
good.
into its flight today, re-entering
Don't
the Earth's
lose too
atmosphere.
much surface area on the
Currently
flap.
about 45 kilometers
hinges,
above the
you
surface
know,
of the Earth, now
Still good
44.
to execute.
We
the
are
maneuvers,
targeting
then
a soft
should have
splashdown in the Indian Ocean,
enough control authority.
about
bring it to the
northwest-ish of
designated
Australia.
area.
And we are attempting to, as we did on Flight 4,
lot of heat.
make a perform a flip maneuver as well as a
Starship is at maximum entry dynamic pressure, remains on a good trajectory.
Okay.
All right, so that is great news there. Like Dan said
Looks like
earlier,
there's a
this is
fire in the
basically
engine
Max
compartment.
Q Part 2.
Definitely a
This is
fire in the engine compartment.
Greatest amount
Oh, no.
of,
That's a good
of
point.
aerodynamic loads that the
Yeah, you can
vehicle
see on
will
the back of the
experience
ship
during
there.
its flight.
It's quite a
coming
long
back
burning
through
happening.
the Earth's atmosphere. You know, it was
Whoa,
above
but
the
the
Earth's atmosphere in
flames-
space where
but the
there was
plasma
no
did
friction.
stop,
We can
so
obviously
that's-
see
well,
I don't think this one's gonna
as
make it.
evidence of that friction buildup. The atmosphere is actually helping to slow the vehicle down. If you're watching the telemetry in the
Might
bottom
have
right-hand
eaten through
side,
the engines.
right-hand corner of your screen, you can see that speed decelerating.
The burning
rapidly.
did stop, so oh my gosh, I just hope it comes back safe.
It is
So
at least
stressful,
in the,
man.
slow enough now that
Now,
it's
the
not
four
experiencing a ton of
flaps
heat,
on
but
the ship help steer the vehicle, and one of the main
Oh, no.
objectives for the ship
Is the
today
landing spot-
is to demonstrate
does-
controlled
is it-
re-entry during this phase of flight, this re-entry phase.
At daylight right now or nighttime? I'm not sure if we don't have any
Yeah,
lights
we
because the
have
exposure doesn't seem
6
to adjust
engines
back.
on ship, but we only need
No,
3
the
of them,
exposure
the
is
3
pulled
sea
all the
level
way up, I
engines.
think, because we're getting
we will have
noises
that
and
flip maneuver
lines.
happen very close
That means
to
the
touching
exposure's
down
up,
for splashdown.
but we
We'll
just
do
don't
that
have
flip
any
maneuver,
lights.
ignite those engines, slow the
Hey,
vehicle
maybe.
down immediately, and then hopefully have a what we call a soft splash. What we call a soft splashdown.
So we're not gonna see anything,
in the
basically,
water. It's
from
probably
this
going to
point
feel
on
a little bit
until
harder on the
engine
top
starts
of the
back
surface
up.
of the water, but it'll
And-
look
That's a little
pretty gentle.
disappointing.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, we
I
hope
think
to have
it-
some more views, even of
as
that
long as
phase
all the
of
heating
the flight.
stops,
So fingers crossed that we can
eating through the ship, then I
we can
think
bring those
we
to you. We
are better
are
off this time than
hoping
last
to
time.
splash down
Last time we
softer
had
than we did
one of the
last time
flaps
on Flight
completely,
4.
and it was still
right now,
burning
Starship
at this
continuing
time.
to make its descent back to
Starship
planet
is
Earth.
at Mach 2, remains on a good trajectory.
All right, great news there. That tells us that the vehicle is traveling twice the speed of sound. So we will then, the next call out that we'll hear is that it is, traveling about the speed of sound. And then we will hear a call out that that will be the call out that it is transonic. And then we will hear another call out saying that it is subsonic, meaning going slower than the speed of sound.
Starship is transonic.
flaps are moving.
There it is. So at this So at this point in time, we say transonic because certain parts of the vehicle, like the flap that you see on your screen, might be experiencing airflow faster than the speed of sound, while other parts of the ship may be experiencing
we have slowed down
airflow.
significantly.
Starship is in the subsonic belly flop.
I'm just concerned about the
All right,
engines
so
starting
now
back
the
up.
entire vehicle is traveling slower than the speed of sound, so subsonic. The crowd here at Mission Control Hawthorne also getting excited, just like us. We're awaiting a water landing. We are going to reignite the three
Alright, guys,
engines
so
to perform that flip maneuver,
what,
and
12
we're
kilometers right now?
basically about a minute and a half
Watch
away
the,
from the landing flip.
Yeah, the crowd's getting
crowd
excited
was-
here as we get closer and closer to splashdown.
The
Again,
crowd was
just about a
wooing about
minute away
something.
from
I
the
don't know.
expected
But they
splashdown,
saw-
so we should see a lot
Crazy
happening
how quickly those can move.
coming up here shortly. We're currently
They
having
can
a
move
view
fast.
of one of the flaps, and it is a little bit dark on your screen, but hopefully we'll get some good views of the ship as it makes that flip maneuver
sucks there's no
and
light.
touchdown for splashdown.
7 kilometers?
The,
Yeah,
As
guys,
it touches
we
down,
saw that,
watch
we saw
the
that
telemetry,
speed
like
drop
the
like
attitude.
A rock. So we're doing a belly flip right now, or a belly flop right now. That's what's kind of, if you saw the high altitude campaign, that's the unique thing about how Starship comes back. So we've bled off
so
pretty
if
much
you look at
all
the
of the
altitude on the
speed we're
telemetry,
going to. We're
it's going
essentially
completely
at
flat.
terminal velocity.
Starship is at 5 kilometers altitude,
then-
remains on target.
And they have
It's good to hear it
move.
remains on target. That's good.
5 to go,
On
coming up
target.
soon, landing burn.
Okay, so they only have to maintain it. They've already done it, basically. They've already kind
Wow.
of put
So
the
it lights
ship
its
at the right
engines at,
spot. So they've
less than a
succeeded.
kilometer, I
They've actually
believe.
done it.
It's pretty
All they-
last second, it feels
2
like.
kilometers away.
Right. That's
Starship is
also
on
true.
target, approaching landing burn startup.
Okay. 1 kilometer.
So
We're
keep an
about to
eye
witness it.
on
Please
the
just
bottom
work.
right-hand side of your
Please
screen
just
as
work.
well. That will be the indicator when the Raptor engines ignite, if we are unable to see that illumination ourselves.
Landing burn startup.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Oh my god! No way!
The reflection.
Landing burn.
Look at it, watch.
You can see the water just behind the ship.
We've done it. Man, that's a good landing, I think. We're at 0 altitude.
Starship has landed.
If you watch the, I think we've done it. We've done it.
I think it is safe to
That's a
say
good
we have
landing.
the ship in
That's an
water.
absolutely solid landing, man. If you watch the attitude.
That is a live
Oh, you have recovery. Wait, you have recovery?
What an incredible end to
Since
Starship's
when?
journey.
Why didn't you show this
Alive
footage instead? What the
from a buoy
frick?
that we had
I hear
at
other
the
people in this
landing
hotel cheering.
An
Wait, well, how do you have
incredible
recovery?
view of ship
What is this show?
landing just about on target as they were calling out.
Why didn't you show this footage?
No way.
Let me show
That
this
was
angle.
amazing. And
As the ship
we
burns up.
were not
Was that another
attempting to
buoy?
recover any of the ship's hardware, so that was
I mean, it's probably not. It's not.
the best
Okay, I used the wrong
ending
word.
that we could
By
have
recovery, I
hoped for.
meant just another angle or something, just another camera angle on the side.
That must be another buoy. So they were dead on target.
Oh my
I
god.
don't think we're going to be able to get a ton of extra video
They
of the
might,
heat
dude, this is
shield,
perfect.
but
Dude, what we witnessed
we
today
hit the target.
is perfect. I mean, it's not perfect.
I mean, you know we hit the
Don't get me
target
wrong.
because
The burn
we had
could have been
these
cleaner.
buoys
I mean,
placed in a
the re-entry
pretty
could have been cleaner.
specific spot, so
But it's a huge improvement from last time.
Wow.
Huge.
I feel like
Like
that's
all the
that's
back
what I
flaps
get
were
to say.
basically intact, completely.
What an incredible day.
Everything started off
And even the
today
front
with,
flaps.
with that launch.
Compared to last time, it was lower.
We were able to lift off towards
little
the end of our
parts
window,
missing.
7:25 a.m. Central Time.
Absolutely
33
unbelievable.
33 Raptors.
If you watch
in
the
way
attitude
down.
on the telemetry,
Successful
you can
hot
see it
stage.
rotate
Booster
back,
came back. We
you know,
watched it
correct
come
back
down
itself, and then
right
come
behind
to a
us.
complete
Watched
vertical
it get caught.
stop.
And that burnt my brain for a while.
They're the
I'm
happiest
really
people
happy we
alive.
had coast for a bit, but
Congratulations,
that's
team,
First
really.
ever booster catch, major step on the way to rapid reusability, and ship just gave us one heck of a show, making it through a controlled re-entry this time, flaps intact, made it down to the water. Hey, starships were meant to fly, and it sure as hell flew today. So
I'm just,
Let's
that's
get ready
Elon
for the
right
next
there.
one.
I'm just
Over
pissed
to
they
you
didn't
guys.
show the angle from the buoy.
They were meant to
Like, that
fly,
would have
and
been
they were also meant to be caught by Mechazilla.
incredible. Like, that would have been a
It's been such an
history-breaking shot.
incredible
Imagine
day
that, dude.
today. Congratulations
literally
to our
switch the
teammates
angle,
and
at
to
least
everyone
preserve
who
some
supported the
footage
Starship
to show us
program.
later
And
in your
thank you to
compilation.
all of our future
Please,
customers
SpaceX.
for your support.
I'm begging you.
And we'll also like to thank the people of Cameron County, Texas, as well as the Coast
Because, like,
Guard, the
imagine
Federal
just
Aviation
watching,
Administration, the
like,
Government of
that
Mexico,
POV from
and
the
the
ocean, right? Just
Australian
watching the
Space
ship
Agency.
Now be sure to
down
follow
and
SpaceX
watch
on
the whole
X
engine
for more
burn,
updates
start, like,
on today's test flight
you get to
and
basically
of
watch
course
the
for
whole
future
thing
Starship
unfold
news.
from a
Today
third
was
angle,
amazing, but the
third-person
SpaceX
angle.
action
Like,
isn't
that
over
would have
yet.
been great.
Soon Falcon Heavy will launch NASA's
They
Europa
have a,
Clipper,
like,
and
Godzilla
we're also
model
going to
on
be
desk,
returning
probably
Dragon
referring to
back to
Mechazilla.
Earth with NASA's Crew
All right,
8
that was
astronauts.
what a show,
so
man.
congratulations again
What
to
a
the
show
SpaceX
did we
team.
have
What an
today.
amazing launch
I hope
and
y'all
an
enjoyed. I
even
mean, no one's
cooler
watching,
catch.
but
Thank you for watching,
I certainly
but
enjoyed.
we're going to leave you with an awesome recap of what has been the most epic
Okay,
day.
yeah, they have a live edit.
I want to see the recap, and then we'll watch our recap. Look at that. Come on.
Oh!
That
Because
is
we didn't get to see that shot.
crazy. Since they're done talking,
Oh
I'll
my god.
talk over
Dude,
this,
that's
just in case it's
insane.
copywritten music. But look at that tower view. Come on.
Oh my god, thank God,
Oh
SpaceX.
my gosh.
It's just,
That did not look like it was going to work. I can't believe that.
the chops are so
What
fast,
a
though.
world
They come
we
in so
live
fast.
in. Okay, we'll also be showing some of what we can of our replays. They just show a Mechazilla
Bruh,
moonwalking.
typical SpaceX. Bruh.
Congratulations, SpaceX. That was unbelievable. These are our views now. This is live booster
It
hanging
gives
there
straight up confidence
in real life.
when you watch that
live,
footage, man. Just straight up confidence.
right there. That is a real shot of it.
Because the
still
catch
alive.
attempt
And here
has
comes some
always been
replays of some of our
seen
tracking
as
shots.
somewhat of
Look
a
at this. This
sketchy
is the
attempt, right?
entry
Of a
or the
sketchy
landing burn, of super
maneuver
heavy.
or a solution.
You can see stuff kind of flying off
like,
right away.
First of all, it's
Look
probably
at that
barely gonna
shot,
work.
though. Are you kidding
Second,
me?
like if it works, if it were to work, it'll probably fail. I don't know, 50% of the time.
Okay, that is all time.
But
that
looking
is
at
all
this,
time.
like,
Ryan
with a perfect
Shalinsky,
execution,
Mr.
they really
Cosmic
nailed everything.
Perspective.
This is their first
Unbelievable.
attempt. That's what's unfathomable because like, that seemed like
Absolutely
something they've done
outstanding.
after years
Look
of
at that.
perfection. Well, that's also true because
I
how much
can't
they've matured
wait to
their
see this.
just reusability.
All of the shots that we have.
Right.
Holy
their-
cow. I mean,
all
that thing
sensitive
just
technologies that
slams
deals
on the
with
brakes.
Getting a rocket to a specific position
I
and
am shocked that
nailing,
that
the
survived.
hovers and the
And I'm even more
just
shocked that
landings
it
and everything.
landed.
They've done that for
Look
years.
at the angle
so
of attack.
skills definitely translate.
It's coming in at such a sharp angle of attack.
Exactly.
And now you're starting to see
then, like,
some of that
perfectly
exhaust
countering at the
is
exact
interacting
moment
with
that it needs.
something. What is that? Just
Dude,
interacting with the atmosphere?
You're watching Miracle right now. Like what you're seeing should not
Look
be
at the
happening
tail
right
of
now.
that. That is
I just hope that you know that.
absolutely wild. And for the initial
We
part of the landing, where I
should
think they're
not
at
be witnessing
13
this in our lifetime.
engines. Oh, look at that. The landing burn, I think. Does Ryan catch? Yeah, he's catching back up to it.
So
This is so hard to do for him. I mean, the telescope's at essentially 4,000 millimeters. I mean, it is
4,000.
very, very, very tight. So to be able to get this footage at all is shocking.
damn. Okay, I'll not complain about it.
Here we go.
Then
That looks like a landing burn. Down to 3 engines. Yes. Good job, Ryan. Holy crap.
like I can't
You
fully
can still
appreciate
see
how
like
hard
the
this
other
is.
end, like just a
operating
fire
camera and
on
telescope
the
like that.
engines. Unbelievable.
So
Looks like he's trying to pull a little bit of focus here. Now that I got so
think
much closer.
It's even a miracle just catching the booster in the shot. So
At this point, we probably don't care about this footage as much as we've got all this other footage from all around the same ones that capture liftoff. Obviously, now can capture landing. So we have
it's going to be a reliable
ton of remote assets that are recording this part in slow mo and some really cool perspectives. Like with that Sapphire wide shot is also amazing. Did he regain focus there?
Like they knew it was going to work theoretically.
It looks
and
like it's pretty sharp again, huh?
They've proven that what they're saying is true.
Look at the angle that this thing is coming in at. It's like absolutely skewing over.
It was so steep. I thought it was gonna come in mostly straight, and then somehow I don't know adjust slightly.
Is this after it's been caught? Because I feel like it's like really dark.
It knew where it was going. Okay, and it just went for it. There was no
so Ryan.
There was just so accurate. It's
still moving down.
It's hard to comprehend how that's even possible. That's a huge giant. That's a skyscraper.
So Ryan definitely tries to expose this mostly to the engines. So it's quite underexposed, especially because it was just barely. It was technically before sunrise. Oh, at this point, I think the sun had just risen for the actual landing, and it's still coming down.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
I'm having a hard time. Has it landed at this point?
No. It's still going.
It's still moving.
So steady.
Well, I just have no resolution, sadly, on this.
Right, Tim's probably receiving a slightly more
that is
sketchy
almost there
version of the footage. Nice. It's so gentle. Okay, I'm like completely confident about the Starship program.
I can't see the arms or anything. Are you able to see that in the studio?
There's no escape method if something were to go wrong on the way up.
Okay, that is absolutely wild. Though. That is.
I would just be concerned about the ship landing.
I can't believe that.
Notice how there's this.
And there's the real time.
Oh, that's a cutie.
That is happening right now. There is a rocket suspended from a tower on the border of Texas and Mexico. Went to space
this is the first time we got that
and came back, and there it is.
Typically, we only see that
just
for
the most wild
and that's
thing.
Exactly what SpaceX aims to do in the future.
Wow.
Right?
I gotta say a huge thanks again to all of you for watching. I missed so many super chats here.
Are they going to do that?
And new members and just amazing. You guys are so awesome. I love that you watch so intently and cheer with us. And it's just so fun to come together and watch this history.
A few days from now, directly.
This is history in the making. We are literally witnessing.
Or onto some
stuff that's going to be looked back on.
Dude, they are literally doing it.
These are the golden years of really, really incredible things. We're going to look back at this and go, can you remember?
Perfect plan.
Is that,
holy crap.
By the way, that picture, when Starship landed, did it go underwater? Is that what that camera view was? It sure looks underwater. Maybe it's just that it's the whole, maybe it wasn't underwater. Maybe it's just, I don't know. I'm still just, I can't wait to see all the footage. This is from Jack Turner. Shout out to Dan Brownlee and team who hired a cinema in Brisbane, Australia to watch. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. There's people gathering at a cinema to watch. I love that.
Oh, no way, dude.
I absolutely love that.
I wish I could attend a watch party like that or host one. But that was
great
the first
job, everybody.
Attempt.
Oh, man.
Later down the road, we're probably going to have a Starship catch attempt.
Guys, that is, I thank you all so much for watching with me. Again, remember, if you want to join in person, party together, celebrate this achievement and other achievements from the calendar year 2024, and hand out awards to the people behind these missions, the people that are pushing the boundaries of not only human spaceflight, but also just human achievement and exploration.
This is huge.
We will be having our second annual Astro Awards in Austin, Texas, January 25th and 26th at the Paramount Theater. Go to AstroAwards.live, AstroAwards.live, or you can go to EverydayAstronaut.
Fully reusability.
Awards.
We're probably talking over each other. Fully and rapidly reusability. reusability, right? Like, as they catch the booster, within an hour, they can literally put it down for probably 10-20 minutes. Refuel it, stack the ship on top, and then go again. That's their vision, right? And we're literally seeing parts of it being executed right now. They caught the booster, man. It worked. I still can't comprehend that. See, people need to understand it's working. It's not a fluke, okay? Hopefully this will shut a lot of people. Hopefully this will shut a lot of people up. Yeah. Anyways, it has been an amazing day. Can't wait to fall asleep and wake up, and for all of this to just be a dream. Because I want to catch up some sleep on some sleep. It's only 9 a.m. right now, and I'm dying. So thanks for watching. I know no one's here. I will catch you later. Bye.